Hello, everyone. This is Saturday, August 3rd, 2024. I've even forgot what day and month it is. Um, so I have a lot to talk about today, but I got to make it brief because YouTube is not allowing me to upload any videos longer than 15 minutes. So I just wanted to show you real quick. If you're in a hurry to get weather information, but you don't have time to wait for the regular updates from the news channel meteorologist, you can go to this website here, weather.gov. You can see right here and go along here. You click on this, you got forecasts, which show your aviation weather, your graphical weather, which shows where the fronts are, where the radar, where the thunderstorms are, snow. And then down here, click on hurricanes. And this right here, this shows you where tropical depression number 4, which will soon become Debby, is headed, is located, excuse me. And last night, the circulation, or what was trying to become the circulation, was centered about right over here. And then during the evening last night, a low-level center did develop south of Cuba, which is actually fairly important because what that means is the storm is going to probably it's going to strengthen more because it's over more water, but also it's going to land itself further west off the coast of Florida, somewhere in the fashion of the way the little white hand is going. It's probably going to find itself right out here at the 85-degree west longitude line. And it's going to, according to the models that I'm about to show you, is supposed to work its way north because what pulled it north was just follow the white hand. We had a trough in the jet stream over the Great Lakes, and that trough opened up what meteorologists call a weakness. And and that happens because you got a upper level high over the Atlantic right here, and you got an upper level high basically over Texas, and the flow pattern goes something like this, where that white hand is around that one, and then it also goes like this around the other one. And so the storm is trying to find its way north up into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Now, what is going to happen though is this trough in the jet stream that I just kind of drew, I need to get telestration, is supposed to is lifting out quickly. And so what the models are showing is the storm moves its way slowly up into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico like this, and they're expecting to go ahead and make landfall and then stall over South Georgia and South Carolina, possibly, and might even stall up here over the Northeast Gulf. And that would bring the Tallahassee, Lake City, Jacksonville, Gainesville area a lot of rain. So that could happen. Let me go and show you the satellite imagery of our tropical depression. And we can do that by looking at the GOES floater imagery. This is focuses in just on the storm. And you can see here, there's tropical depression number 4. And here, let me get myself out of the way. This is a satellite shot of it starting in the late overnight hours to the morning hours of today, August 3rd. And you can kind of see there's a cluster of thunderstorms that's moving from northwest to southeast across the northern Gulf of Mexico, just hitting like the Panama City area. And here is our depression. It's taking a long time to load, but I think it's because this website just loaded down right now. But honestly, this is a very well-defined or well-formed tropical depression. And if this thing was headed west towards like Texas, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing was going to jump up to a category 4 or 5 hurricane. But the thing is, there's a lot of dry air over the Gulf of Mexico right here, over the Western Gulf. And the computer models are suggesting that even though the water temperatures over the Eastern Gulf are in the low 90s, upper 80s, which is extremely hot, which would which could produce a Cat 5 hurricane, they think that's going to be mitigated by the dry air to the west. It's going to move up in here in the Eastern Gulf, and probably as it's strengthening and organizing, it's going to suck in some of that dry air, and that's going to mitigate the intensity a little bit. And they're thinking it's going to make landfall as a minimal hurricane somewhere up here in the Big Bend between basically Cedar Key all the way up to, I think this place is called Indian Pass, just east of Port St. Joe. So somewhere in the Big Bend area, basically south of Perry, like Idalia did last year. So let me go show you another website. This is tropicaltidbits.com, and this is a website created by Dr. Levi Cowan. Let me show you a couple of the computer models here. I want to show you the GFS model because this one did a pretty good job showing where the storm was going to go. But like I got to change the region though. So we're going to look at the Western Atlantic area. And yeah, there it is. So you can see where my pointer is. Let me just see if I can do something else here. Annotation. Here we go. So you can see right here, here's our storm. That's not working very good. I need the pencil, please. There we go. So you can see our storm right here, and the GFS has it moving north. Let me get rid of that. See if it'll click on that. No, no, it won't. Okay, so get rid of that. Get rid of the annotation. So what we're going to look at is this is the GFS. Now keep an eye on the Eastern Gulf. See what the GFS does with almost said Idalia, Debby. It's moving slowly north, slowly strengthening, and it really starts to ramp up tomorrow morning about 120 miles southwest of Tampa. Pressure starts dropping pretty rapidly in the northeast Gulf, gets up to a strong tropical storm, probably somewhere about 150 miles west of Tampa or west of Hernando County. And then really, look at that. The GFS is showing this thing going pretty far west now, almost towards the Panacea area just south of Tallahassee. So you can see right there, it shows a 986 millibar low, which would probably be a Cat 1 hurricane, about 80-mile-an-hour winds coming in just to the east of Tallahassee, between Tallahassee and Madison, Florida, on along I-10, where there's basically nothing, just forest. Um, Now, I do have some relatives that are going to be affected by this storm. I have my brother and sister-in-law just moved to Columbia, South Carolina. I have family up in North Carolina, my Aunt Linda, and then my cousin Rebecca lives up here in, I think, Winston-Salem. And then I have some other cousins. I have, yeah, cousins and relatives that live in Alabama. Alabama is going to be fine. They're not going to be affected by Debby at all. Now, North and South Carolina is a different story. There's going to be a lot of heavy rain up in eastern North Carolina, maybe as far west as like Raleigh, Durham. Trying to think what's the other place, Greensboro. Could reach as far inland as that. And then Columbia and Beaufort and Charleston and Savannah. This is what's more interesting to me. Look at the model. It shows it creeping off the Georgia coast, stalling, and kind of intensifying again. And looks like it moves right inland again over the Hilton Head area, actually. And then it goes right up the Savannah River, inland up to Aiken, South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia. And then, oh boy, it looks like it could go all as far north as Charlotte. Okay, so based on this model, the whole state of North Carolina could see flooding based on this one. Now, these models are not sure if it's going to get trapped down here in Georgia, South Carolina, or if it's going to go inland all the way up here. Let me show you one of the newer and reliable hurricane specific models. I call it or I don't call it. It's the HAF-SA. It kind of has a more zoomed in look at it. And okay, that's going too far. Let's go back a little bit to today, August 3rd. Okay, so here it is right here. And I didn't take my telestration away. Let me get rid of that. Get the eraser going. There we go. Oh boy, I'm learning Zoom. Okay, so you can see this is today. It's very disorganized, and I got to wrap this video up. Just want to show you it stays disorganized for basically the rest of today. It's really tomorrow. You can see the pressure drops to 999 according to this hurricane specific model, as it's about 120 to 150 miles to the west southwest of Tampa. It's moving north slowly and intensifying down to 997 on this one. Looks like it's right weighted, so there's going to be some dry air to the west of it. And this thing is showing it's trying to get organized as it gets up into the Appalachee Bay area, but it also, just like the GFS, is showing a landfall just south of like St. Mark's area, Jefferson County, Taylor County. So where I live in Gainesville, we're gonna probably get some hefty rain bands coming through more than anything. So that's what I have right now on Debby. I've got to wrap this video up, so I will be in touch with you again probably later tonight or tomorrow morning. And you all have a good rest of the day, and I will talk to you soon.